Hi, welcome back, and in this video we're going to be looking at the next major Arcana tarot card, which is Strength. Now, just to very quickly mention, and this isn't really what the video is about, so I'll be very brief with it, and this is also sort of heavily disputed and quite complicated, but this is the first time that we're seeing the cards not follow the exact same order within different decks. So, for example, in the Rider-Waite deck, this is card number 8, and in the Thoth deck, which I have in front of me here, it's not only card number 11, but it's called Lust as well. And just for that change in the order, just very briefly, it's thought to be the sort of main recognized explanation for this is that this change puts the cards into the correct astrological order within certain belief systems. Now, if we remember back to what the Major Arcana is, it's basically telling the story of the Fool, the journey of the Fool even, and that movement through the 3 different planes of existence. So we have the first phase, which is the material plane, then we have the mind plane, and then we have the spiritual plane. Now, moving these cards within the deck doesn't really change the meaning. Both journeys still make sense. They're basically the same story, just being told very slightly differently, and it really depends on your preference. I personally prefer to actually move the Strength card within Thoth to the number 8th place, and move the 8th card in Thoth, which is Adjustment, up to the 11th place. That's just how I feel that it works better for me. If you want to know more on this, I can't recommend highly enough a book by Rachel Pollock, and it's called The 78 Degrees of Wisdom. It's a really, really fantastic book on tarot, but it explains this issue in a much more intelligent and eloquent way than I ever could. Anyway, let's have a look at the Rider-Waite card first, and if you'll just pay attention to what the woman is actually doing on the card and how she's interacting with the lion. So we can see that she's not just closing the lion's mouth, but she isn't really using physical strength or aggression to do that. She's gently closing its mouth, and she's gentle, but she's still dominating the lion. So she's gentle and humble, but also dominating and taking charge. So if we put that into the context of readings, whenever this card comes up for me, it always signifies either a successful conclusion, victory, triumph, inner power, strength, obviously. And if we think of the context of this card, so we've gone from the previous card, the Chariot, which is about harnessing that inner strength and will, but it's doing it in a very, very strict and very almost aggressive manner. This card is telling you that you've moved past that period. Remember, this is a higher card than the Chariot. We are one phase further on within this journey. It's basically telling you not to be so harsh on yourself. Yes, you still need that discipline. Yes, you still need to be focused and committed to the work, but you can do it in a much more gentle way. And I think maybe the best description of this card is strength isn't always force. Strength can be gentle, and it can be very peaceful and kind. So, quite a complicated card, particularly the placement and the history of the card, but I hope that makes sense. Look into this in more detail if you'd like to know more about why cards are in certain places in in specific decks like the Rider-Waite deck or the Toth deck. It's very interesting, the different approaches and the sort of the thinking behind that, the theory behind it. But I hope that makes sense. I hope that you have taken something from this video. As ever, like, subscribe, comment, share your experience of this card, and I'll see you next time when we'll be looking at the Hermit.